Alrighty, what's going on everybody? My name is Blitzo and welcome back to another episode in my 100% walkthrough for Skylanders Giants. And today we are going to be continuing onwards and forwards to chapter number 3 known as Rumbletown. Now, I'm just going to kick this thing off right away, but as you can see I've already got 3 stars on this. There's a bit of an issue that had happened. Basically I recorded chapter 3 and 4 already in my Nightmare save game, but the problem was that I don't know why or what happened. Somehow the video file got messed up and it was like doing this thing where it was like skipping like frames every second, so it was a very odd situation. So basically I have to replay it. Now the issue is that I obviously don't want to go through playing the whole game again up to this point another time. This would be my 3rd time already doing that, so therefore basically I'm gonna be just showing you guys where to find what I remember, and then from there we'll just kind of go off and continue onwards and forwards. And I will obviously that's the problem, is that I won't be able to showcase you, like to say okay, like right down here you can find a treasure chest or whatever. I'll just say that this is an area you have to visit because you'll be able to find something valuable here, because I don't exactly remember where each thing is. So for example, like when we come down here, I remember that I think here there's nothing but treasure, and of course watermelon, because watermelon is delicious. So we're gonna hop up here. And the other thing that you guys seem to not really like, and seemed to be a big thing that I noticed in my analytics, was that a lot of people were tuning out because they thought that probably it was a video just kind of me talking about the figures and all that. So this time, as you can see, we're just gonna get into the gameplay from now on right away, instead of spending time on discussing figurines and such. But of course, on top of that, I will still tell you which figures you need. So in this case, you will need, I believe, a life element, I believe a darkness element, and of course at the end of it all, I think you also need air element. So right down here, when we come to this area, you can drop down, you're going to grab this key, and you're going to switch to your undead element, which for some reason I sometimes call dead element or darkness element, but it's undead. So once we've done that, we're gonna open up this new area for ourselves, so you would want to do that. And then you've got kind of an option in terms of what you want to do. First off, when you're here, when you are here for the first time around, you actually cannot do anything with this guy. But if you come back subsequent times, he will actually be willing to play Skystones with you, so be on the lookout for that. Now, as you can see right here, behind this, I believe there's a hat or a treasure pack would be. So you have 2 options: either switch to a giant and break this wall, or I'll show you in a moment's time how to use a bomb, because that's the thing a lot of people do not know, is how the heck do you open that area with a bomb. So as you remember, we kind of shifted this block, and we're going to get to that in just a moment's time in terms of what it all means in the big scheme of things. So we're just going to climb back up here now with Chop Chop. Just use this kind of quicker attack to maneuver up this pathway. So gonna take care of those fools, and then before we even take care of, well, you could go ahead and open if you want the doors, but we're gonna drop down here, and then we're gonna push this block and drop down again and enter through. And once you do that, you're gonna be greeted by a good amount of root runners over here, 3 to be exact. And once you clear those suckers up, shouldn't be too difficult. Again, depending on which difficulty you play, you will then get another item over here. I believe it's a treasure chest as well. So that's that. So then once you've done with that area, the toe biters ascent, you're gonna make your way back out to the mountain, and again up the mountain you go once again. So a little bit of backtracking in this chapter for sure, but again, if you want to get everything unlocked, it is a necessary evil. So we're gonna take care of this sucker as well. Awesome, watermelon, love it. And if you want, you could go ahead and converse with this little guy who's Quigley, and basically he tells you about a secret area, and we'll get to that in a moment. And then we're gonna make our way up here. You can try to take out some of them like that if you have any type of attacks like the one I just had there. So then you're gonna push this stone over here, and once you push it off, you're gonna drop down. So that was the most far stone towards us. So once you take care of all that, You're gonna take care of some enemies over here as well. Again, you're gonna get a couple of root runners to deal with. And I don't remember, I don't think that there was an item here, but or maybe there was something. I think there actually was something over here. But you still have to get to this point because you need to get all your areas discovered in order to get the 3 stars. So no matter what, you will have to visit this area as well. So once you've done that, don't forget there's a couple of things to smash over here, and then you'll be able to pick up some more additional treasure so that you could buy some cool stuff after. So then back out to the Toe Biter's Ascent we go, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna push this. Now we're not gonna go there, we're gonna go there in just a moment, just not right away, because first off I'd like to show you something else. We're gonna take care of that drill archer over here, this pain in the butt fella. There we go. That was relatively easy. But what you want to do is you want to, well, okay, I guess you could come up here, grab that treasure as well at first. But what you want to do with, remember that hat or that locked area in the undead zone, you're gonna grab this bomb, and then basically what you want to do is you want to just quickly march down this mountain, basically almost suicidal, dropping all over the place, and then you drop down, bam, there you go, you're done, and now you would be able to get the final item that you need right in there. So excellent, and then you're done with that as well. So then once you're done there, you're gonna go ahead and make your way back up the mountain. Now in our case, we're gonna need the assistance of Tree Rex, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch right away. So now we've got Tree Rex to assist us with this next good chunk of the level. Basically, there's quite a bit now that Tree Rex will be needed for, so we're gonna just stick with him for a little while for now. He's definitely gonna be a very useful character for us in the next little while here, especially. So over here, what you want to do is, well, first off, you want to unblock this zone, just walking up with a life element creature. And once you've done that, what you're gonna go ahead and do is you're gonna go ahead and push, I don't know why it's not pushing that boulder, there you go. But once you've pushed that boulder, you're gonna keep pushing it across, and then I believe right over this way is where you would be able to find a story scroll. Don't hold me to it, but again guys, I don't remember exactly what the treasures are. I remember the locations and such, so I'm still showing you how to get across and to everything. It's just that I don't remember exactly what was where. So once you've done that, you're going to drop down here, and magically some vines are going to appear for you, which is fantastic. And then we're going to go ahead and scale those vines, just basically come across where you're going to be ambushed. Now, if you're playing this on Nightmare difficulty, I'm showing you guys right now on my medium save, just because, again, I've played it on Nightmare already, and it is a much more difficult battle, definitely. So if you're playing this on Nightmare difficulty, be careful with this battle. It will be a bit more serious. They will be a little more dangerous, so just watch out. But that being said, this ambush area is really good for quests. If you want to get your quests done with your life Skylanders in terms of doing elemental damage, this is a really great place to do that on this level on Rumbletown here. So once you've done that, what you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to go ahead and come over here, where again, magically vines are going to appear right in front of you, which is fantastic. We're going to cross again. You can actually crush these pumpkins and such in order to get some extra coinage, so go ahead and do that. Why not? You could always use more, right? So once you've made your way here, actually what I should have done is drop down here and then push that over here, and then I'm going to come around. Oh, look at that. The vines have appeared automatically before I even made it up to that platform. And then you're going to go ahead and build yourself a pathway, kind of a bridge, I guess. Assemble a tiny little bridge for yourself so that you could go ahead and cross onto these boulders and blocks. So once you've done that, you're going to just keep walking, You've made it over here, you're going to grab a bomb. And then you want to position yourself to, well, you see, don't worry if you fail. There's no problems there. You get another chance. You get multiple chances until you get it right. And if you're like me, you suck at aiming. And it will take you probably a couple tries, but once you get it, there we go. So you're going to go ahead and hit that, and once you've done that, you could go ahead, if you want, even grab an additional bomb with yourself, like along with, to come along with you, I should say. I don't know, whatever you want to use it for, like blowing up pumpkins, but all I care about is the watermelon. So then you're going to cross, as you saw, there's again magical vines. Before we drop down there, we're actually going to go ahead and take on a puzzle over here, where behind the puzzle you would get, I think again, either treasure or one of those things, you know, I mean, something along those lines, either a treasure or hat or something unlockable, basically, you would get, you know? So I'm sorry again, guys, that I don't remember exactly what it was, but we're gonna go ahead and get this puzzle done real quick here for you. So doing relatively well right now. I'm gonna take care of this puzzly area. Puzzle time. Muzzle tov. Okay, so we're done with that. Drop down and down once again, and there we go. 18 moves, perfect score, excellent. Alrighty. So that is where you're gonna go ahead and get another one of your unlockables for this particular chapter. And of course, guys, starting from chapter number 5, again, you will see all the goodies again. I'm really sorry about this mistake that happened, and that's really why I haven't been uploading these, because I was thinking and considering, do I want to start again, do I not want to start again, and then I was like, you know what, let me just do it, because otherwise I'm just going to keep wasting time. So here you want to go ahead and smash through, smash your way through this area, and then you're going to come up here, and you're just going to use this teleporter. Excellent. And once you've done that, you can go ahead and go back towards our ascension area, Toebiter's Ascent, I should say. And then here again, we're moving up the mountain once again. There's still quite a bit to do, still quite a bit of challenges to deal with. And right over here, if you want, I recommend, if you're having a hard time defeating these guys, especially on nightmare mode or anything, go ahead and bring a bomb with yourself. Use the bomb, bam, you see that? It takes away all their armors and causes pretty good damage, so it's definitely a good way to get started here. Definitely a good way to get rid of them. And there you go, now you get greeted by Brock, who will basically talk some smack and tell you that he's dangerous and he's the best and he's this and he's that, and we don't really care because we're just gonna destroy everything. Alrighty, so we're gonna collect some goodies in the process, get some more coinage and stuff. Experience points, unfortunately, are not very applicable to me, simply because T-Rex is already maxed out, as you can tell, but it would be applicable to you if you're playing with a character that, of course, is not fully maxed out yet. So once you've dealt with all that, gonna try to get some more of that XP. I guess we're done there. We're gonna come around over here, or if you want, you could shoot some of these sheeps. I feel bad for them, but at the same time, it's hilarious. Alright, so you're gonna deal with them. Gonna come up here, crush this. Hey, crush that. There we go. And then before we continue up that route, we're actually gonna come down here, pushing the ship along with us. Not ship, a sheep, I should say. Right over here, if you want, you could smash some of this stuff to get some goodies. That is definitely a viable thing for you to do. But right in this building over here, actually, there's another elementally locked area that is again locked to the life element. So you're gonna go ahead and come in here again, take care of these fools, take care of this whole situation over here. There's a root runner, a ton of chompies as well to deal with. So it's basically a big pain in the butt to deal with all these different types of creatures, but at the same time, again, rewarding to get a ton of experience points and, of course, coinage to waste on upgrades and such, and hats and other goodies that you can find within the game. So we're gonna go ahead and break all this stuff out here, and then once we're done with that, looks like we got to do another puzzle, which behind this, again, you would get either a hat or a treasure chest. So again, I don't remember exactly, but I'm just trying to provide you guys with as much detail as I possibly can. So we're gonna come down here, and it looks as though now I'm gonna come up here, which should allow me to drop through and get that first piece. Excellent. And now if I drop down here, should come up over there, and then, oh gosh darn it, I messed this up, didn't I? Oh no, I didn't. There we go. Nice. I think that should be it, right? Excellent. There we go. Perfect score once again. 5 moves. Excellente. So once you've busted that sucker open, you're gonna grab what you need there, and then you're gonna head out. So once again, we're gonna be heading out. And this is also a really great area to get your health back up, because as you saw, of course, when you're in those elemental areas, you start recovering health, so it's very useful. Before we make our way back up that bridge, we're going to access this little tiny house over here, where you're going to have to deal with Spellpunk and I forget what those guys' name are. Gosh darn it, I forgot. But he did give me watermelon, so thank you, sir. You're going to go ahead and grab this key, which you actually need to progress forwards. So this is definitely a necessary evil. If you don't want to do that other section, again, you're not going to 100% the level, but to get, you do absolutely have to get that key without a doubt. It's not an optional thing. So when you come back up this ramp, you're going to be greeted by a good amount of enemies, so be ready for that. be ready to fight back, and be ready to, again, if you're playing on the Nightmare difficulty, almost be ready to get a little overwhelmed. So you're gonna go ahead and come inside this place, which is the Flapjack Inn, where you can have some flapjacks, I guess, which is delicious. We got some pancakes though, so that's awesome. I'm not sure if pancakes and flapjacks are the same. I wonder. Leave that in the comment section below. Do you know, are flapjacks and pancakes about the same thing? Because I know like crepes and pancakes are completely different. At least that's what people like to believe. But they're, at the same time, they're kind of similar. It's still a round thing getting fried on a pan or anything, so... And right up there, as you noticed, as I was talking about pancakes, we grabbed another key. Before we go into that little tower over here, we're going to smash some stuff, grab some more pancakes, which is fantastic. And then you're going to go over here and come back into this tower, where you've got 2 drow archers to deal with. You're going to take those suckers out real quick. And then right here is Quigley again. He's made it up here, and as you can see, now, I can place Skystones against him already. You can't yet, so be careful with that. It is only available to you later on. And the other warning that I'm going to give you is that he is super duper trooper tough. So he's got very, very serious characters to face off against. He's got basically executioners up the wazoo. That's his entire team, is just executioners. And if you don't know what an executioner is, here, let me show you. Because they are a serious pain in the butt. Basically, they've got 4 attacks going all ways. So, very, very dangerous creatures to deal with. I'm not sure if I have them here. Come on, Executioner! Where are you? Where are you, Executioner? Executioner! Please help me, my friends. I'm trying to show it. By the way, check out my Skystones video. There it is. So, basically, you would be dealing with a team full of these. So, be careful. He's a tough opponent. And you definitely need to have a couple of good Skystones if you want to take him on. So, once we've done with that, we can come up here. And now, of course, we've got the 2 keys to unlock this pathway. Now, before you shoot that bomb, you're actually going to go ahead and come down here. Right? And once you've made your way down here, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and push this boulder. Then you're going to push this one right down here. And I believe that right across this platform is where you would find your legendary treasure for this level. So, again, be on the lookout for that. And once you've done that, you're going to go ahead and make your way across, do a big splash to clear some stuff if you want to grab some items in the process while you're at it. But right in the middle, I believe right here is where the legendary treasure would be. At least, I think so. I'm not 100% certain, but that is kind of what is floating in my mind as a memory. But once you've done that, then you can go ahead and come back up here. And then you're going to go ahead and shoot that. And you've got just about a little under 12 seconds to make your way down through this pathway before you get assaulted, where you will be greeted by a team of 4 drow archers and 1 life spellpunk. Now, of course, you're like, where the heck are the other 2? They're right down here. There we go. Got rid of those suckers. Nicely done. So there we go. Now we've dealt with that situation as well. And now we're going to make our way towards this bridge, where we're going to be greeted by Brock. And Brock decides to blow up the bridge. So you could go ahead and run back here, but no matter what, even if you don't fall while you're on the bridge, you are going to need to drop down no matter what. So once you've dropped down, you've got kind of 2 options to go about. I like to drop down right away, come down here, and clear this area over here, which is a feat of strength. So again, this is why you will need the assistance of a giant for this level. So once you've done that, you can, again, you will find, I believe there's a treasure chest in this area, is what is hidden behind this particularly locked zone. So once you've done that, then you could go ahead and exit. And you might be wondering about this little hole over here, and you're like, what the heck is that hole? By the way, there's always usually a good... Yep, there it is. Excellent. There's a good treasure in there. But that hole, we'll get to it in a moment's time, and it will also explain to you why I said there's 2 options in terms of how you can approach this. So we're going to come over here now, and we're going to go ahead and... there's a little bit of a puzzly area here. Nothing too difficult, nothing too... nothing that we can't overcome, let's put it that way. So once we've done that... Unfortunately, I just made a bit of a mistake here. Yeah, gosh darn it. So now I actually have to come back up. Ideally, you don't want to have had pushed that block the way that I just did. So once you've done that, you're going to go ahead... Oh, God. Don't fall off. Alrighty. Be a little more patient than I am, of course. And once you've done that, you're going to come across, grab this key. And then before you continue onwards, just come back down here. Clear all this treasure so that you could actually go ahead and take advantage of that. And then you're going to push this block out of the way so you could actually make your way through later on. Come on. There you go, Tree Rex. But before you leave, actually take this other block and position it all the way right up here. You will actually need its assistance in just a moment. So once we're done with that, we can backtrack again where we're going to come up. Now, don't use this key to open this door right away. You actually want to come up into this little hut over here. And then, well, you have some goodies to clear over here. And once you've done all that, you can come up here and you're going to go ahead and use that key. And then you're going to grab the key right over here. Okay, so that's really the trick. And I believe that there's something behind these doors as well, like some sort of an item or something like that. So again, you will have to do this if you want to get a 100% completion rate on this. So then you're going to come out and use the key that you got in that little hut. Grab this watermelon, because we never leave any watermelon behind. Everyone knows that. And if you don't, you ain't cool. Okay, and then as you can see, because we positioned that other boulder just a moment ago, now we can actually just go ahead and just keep pushing this and make our way across. Now, if you didn't position it right away, you could go back around. It's just going to save you a little bit of time to have done it to begin with. Now, if you're having a hard time with these guys, for example, in Nightmare mode, I had a bit of a difficulty with this area, so I just grabbed some of these boulders and then came in here, did a ton of damage, and got rid of all of them real quick. So once you're done with that, again, collect all your hard work, all the rewards of your hard work, basically all the treasures and the experience points. Again, in my case, the experience points are inapplicable, but in your case, it most likely will be very useful. So once you're done with that, you can make your way up this ramp. Now, we're not going to go there quite yet. We're actually going to make our way right... Well, you could go ahead and smash some of this stuff, actually, which is nice to have. Look at all that. That is very good, especially because right down here is where you get to meet the one and only Urek, who is going to sell you a ton of stuff. Now, in my case, I've purchased already everything that I could possibly purchase from him, so that is inapplicable, but he sells you, I think, a couple of hats, and I think one charm, maybe it was. I'm not exactly certain, but again, you do want to have a good amount of change if you want to buy stuff from him. And again, if you're like me and you're trying to collect all the different hats and such, you definitely want to visit him here. So before we continue onwards, we actually have to backtrack a little bit, and we have to go right over here where we need to jump through the ground. Alright, where you will find the Lost Well, which is another area where you're going to get some items, and on top of that, some treasures. So it is definitely worthwhile checking out this area. And once you've done that, you can come out and look where we come out. Bam, you see? So if you didn't do this feat of strength the time that I told you, you could drop down here and do it right ahead right now. So either way works. And then again, now you got to do a little bit of catching up back to where you were before, simply because we did have to do a little bit of backtracking now, but now we can actually head on back to where we were. And now we can actually continue onwards and forwards towards this area, where you will be basically taking on your very first battle arena. This is your introduction towards the battle arena style, and you basically have to rescue Hermit the Hermit, or Hermit the Hermit, sorry, other way around. I confused those two. And it's relatively easy. I mean, it's basically kind of like the first battle arena in the actual battle arena challenges, except there's no kind of stipulation added except for don't die. So I mean, even if you have a relatively not too strong of a Skylander, as long as you're decently good at the game, this area should really not give you any trouble. The only creature that could give you any trouble is probably Brock towards the end, but again, it's not that problematic, and it really should not be something that you're kind of like worried about taking on. It's really not that difficult. As you can see, there's basically 3 waves of attackers, so once you've cleared your first wave, he's then going to introduce the fire into the mix. So basically now you've got to worry for both the enemies and the fact that now there's environmental damage that you could potentially take from the fires and such. So again, pay attention to that, especially again if you're not very comfortable with the game. It's definitely good to try to take as little damage as possible, so that if you do get into a troublesome situation against Brock, you have a good amount of health to be able to absorb some damage from him, so that you don't kind of instant lose, you know. So these drow archers are really a little bit of a pain in the butt, so try to focus your fire on them first, simply because if you take them out, then everyone else has to get up close to you to hurt you, so that means that it's much easier to deal with them, and they're not as worrisome. So once you've cleared the second stage, that is when Brock is gonna make his way down, and Brock is basically gonna attack you in waves where he's gonna kind of charge at you and then back off, charge at you and then back off. So when he backs off, that is when you should be pushing, that is when you should be attacking, that is when it is your chance to cause some mayhem. And the other thing is, if this part is giving you a ton of trouble, take out the life spell punks, because they are the reason why Brock is going to be healing slowly but maturely. So again, be on the lookout for that, and be careful to try to take them out if they're giving you a little bit of trouble. As you can see, it can get a little bit hectic on this level, but if you take your time to just clear out the opposition, it becomes a ton easier to deal with anything and everything that comes at you or is thrown at you. And once you've done that, I mean, let him just charge at you, and then you could, I mean, it becomes relatively easy to deal with him. Okay, so I'm just gonna wait for him to charge, turn around, try to blast him here with a bit more damage. There we go. There we go, excellent. Victory is ours. He gives you a ton of treasure for all your hard work on this level. You win the arena, and on top of that, you complete all the requirements. Of course, guys, the only requirement that you might have not completed is the cleared under whatever time limit it is set to, because of the fact that, of course, we are completing all the different things that we need to find, like Soul Jam. Oh, I think that's what was in that little hut, was a Soul Jam. That's what it was. I think it was Hot Dog Soul Jam. And basically, what we're focusing on all the collections, and it is impossible to get all the collections done and complete the level in under 8 minutes and 40 seconds. So do it in 2 halves. Focus on this first time around, and then the second time around, just basically ignore anything but getting the main points done so that you can progress forwards and onwards. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of my 100% walkthrough for Skylanders Giants. If you did, please hit that like button to show support. Of course, subscribe to not miss out on any future episodes. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out. Thanks for watching. Share the videos. Favorite the videos. I'll catch you guys next time. See you later.